Welcome to Avid Retro. Join me today as I work in the basement. As you can see, the ceiling is not very high, and I'm working on a Sony mini system that's got a 5-changer CD system, as well as mini disc and double cassette and radio. What's in the box? Let's open it and find out. Thieves beware. Forensically coded. It's a mini disc system. It barely fits on the desk. It is somewhat misshapen, the cabinet. That's obviously happened in transit. It was basically wrapped inside of a box, and then the box was wrapped inside another box, so there was no bubble wrap. Yeah, but having said that, it should straighten out okay. So this is a 5 CD changer system with a twin auto reverse deck for cassette. In the middle is a MD long play mini disc system, and then up the top is the display. This is not a bad looking unit. This is the back of it. So we've got video, audio in, so that's quite nice. Antenna there, AM and FM. There's a ability to drive a subwoofer as well as speakers. So I don't have the speakers and I don't have a woofer, but I do have plenty of speakers anyway, so that's fine. It's 160 watts as well, it says, and it looks like it was pack tested not long ago actually. Turn the power on. Do we get anything? Got some wiring going on. Now, no remote control for this. I have got a remote control for another system. May work, but the possibility that it might not, but can give that a go. Has it got a mini disc in here? Shall we see if we can play? Yay! I'm beginning to suss out what I think might be the problem with this. Is it the eject? It's a weak eject. So that does sound like the same problem the other one had, the MD100. All right, let's see what we got down here. Anything at all, CD wise? It's interesting. Those lights are flashing in the video, but they're not on the system. That's just the refresh rate, isn't it? So I don't think the CD is doing very much. I don't think it's opening at all. I'm pressing all these. It's not whirling, it's not doing anything. Tape's in. Tape play up here, I think. Tape sounds laboured. So that was on tape A. Let's try tape B. I'm guessing it's going to be a mega bout special, this machine. We have the tuner, which probably is okay. We've got the mini disc, which does seem to play something in there, but won't eject. So that's obviously the bout. We've got the tape, both sides don't do anything. And also the CD changer, nothing going on there, so more than likely bouts. So if you've ever opened up one of these, let me know what you found. Well, the mini disc seems to just have 2 hours of a mono recording off of Radio 1 on it. Sounds like something might be loose inside. That could be connected to the CD mechanism, couldn't it? That's my first thoughts anyway. Well, I can see the trouble with the cassette side. It's the usual business. The bouts look very slack there, but I don't want to rush and just yank it because it could get quite messy, so I need to get to that part when I've got a bit more space. Anyway, it'll be somewhere. Give it a shake. All right, that's one I dropped. Wow, don't we like that? If it was only the mini disc side, it'd be very straightforward, wouldn't it? See, as you can see, there's a Sony mini disc in here. I like these actually, they're quite a smart design, these, aren't they? Black with a hint of gold. I do need access to the bout. This is looking quite similar to the one I took apart before. There's a spring here that's just holding the side on. There we are, pop that off and clip that side. I think it's going to be easier to do it when it's out of the actual machine. Also, I do need to take this off to really get proper access to everything else. So. The mini disc side, so that's quite straightforward. It's obviously got a weak bout. Let's deal with that a little bit later. There's a loose screw in here somewhere. Try shaking the machine. I don't know where it went. A bit of plastic, a screw. It sounds like something else is loose in there. A bit of bout, but there's still something loose, so maybe that's inside the CD. So looking at the CD side, there's a main kind of playback bout here. There's one missing on that side, but the smaller bouts for rewind, etc., look okay. They look in place, but well, yeah, I mean, they're not okay. They're obviously gone past it, but I think putting new bouts on this doesn't look to be too tricky. Now, how much of it do I have to take apart there to get down into here? I could just maybe pop the front off, couldn't I, if it let me. So the reason why you make a video, you don't make it just to stick on your channel. You also do it so you can discover the orientation and where things belong. But luckily, these flat cables, they're probably all different sizes, so they can only go in one way. There's two more screws holding the front panel. They're at the bottom here. Oh, another bit of plastic. Yeah, there's a screw on that side, okay. So to remember that. It's come away, already. Move that out of the way. Getting my stomach going. I did have breakfast, promise. More plastic I found. So it'll pay to take these off as complete as I can, because that'll give me an idea of the size. They start to congeal, so I don't mind if they snap. Lost a bit there. Oh, and the bout underneath is gone, the little one. It's going to have to be wiped off, but that's just over 1 centimetre, so I should be able to work out roughly the size of that bout. I'll have to clean that in a minute. It's going to be fun to take off. So this one seems to be missing entirely. Where did it go? All congealed around the motor, unfortunately. Deeper in the mechanism. This is like the bout's actually wrapped round the motor. Can you see that there? Looks like one of those rubber capstans. I'm going to turn the camera off and just carry on with this, because it's very much a case of working through it. Alright, I'm happy that I've cleaned this well enough. So now I need to try to suss out the bouts. Oh, I've only really got one to go on here, and that is this one. So this is kind of the main bout. It's probably going to be about 1 centimetre too small, maybe try a 7 centimetre one. It's a funny kind of thickness, that one. Oh, funny sizes here, aren't they? Okay, this one, that's the size of the bout you need for the smaller bout. Let's see what size that is. I'll put some of this stuff away. So if you're interested in knowing, I think this seems to be okay. Yeah, plenty. So that one, which is a 4 centimetres with 40 mil. Okay, let's try putting that one on. Yeah. Right, it's the path for the bigger ones I need to suss out. So you've got a top and a bottom, okay? The bottom one, obviously around these two, yeah? So that's got to go on last. So the top one, looks like it goes around here, but then what's that doing? Yeah, the reason why you do need to use this is because you've got to go from here all the way along and then to these two. It's because there's no angle to reach that safely. There's a pillar there, so that explains that. So I'm not sure on the bout size. There are two different bout sizes. A bigger one than that. That's bigger, 10 centimetres maybe. Same sort of thickness. It's an older bout actually, this one. What I found is you have to basically get the bout underneath this post, because otherwise you're not going to be able to go around there and around there at the same time. So it's not screwed in, it's just a case of levering it to get the boat in. The original belt was a lot thinner, wasn't it? It was maybe half the thickness. Oh, Sony. Right, enough mucking about with that. It will either work or it won't. I think that was the right one. What have we got here then? We've got a bout in place there. That does seem a bit weak, first inspection. Is that straightforward to get to? Will look like we've got a CD in there as well. Always looking for a way to save dismantling. There's this access cover directly underneath the CD, so I'm not sure what that is there for. Wow, it's in fact access to the laser assembly, which in some ways is a pretty nifty design, isn't it? Looks like these screws here to take off this part of the base, and then these screws on this side, so hopefully not too bad. Take that connector out, that one out. It looks fairly free now. Just another ribbon here. It's got to come out, ribbon cable here. Missing about there. There's one there. There's one in there. I think I'll take this off now. All a bit of a mess. That one snapped, isn't it? Back onto there. Oh, there's three actually. This can drive the three. They're all at various heights. They're not too congealed actually. They've just got loose and then not snap, but they've sprung off, haven't they? That's what's happened here. Not as congealed, not starting to go yet, probably tackled this at the right time. I've got a couple more Sonys to look at actually. The CD changes, although I think they might still work, or one of them works. Maybe 8 centimetres across on that one. And then these, maybe 6. Yeah, they look the same, don't they? So 8 and 2 6s. That one goes on first, that one second, that one third. In fact, that's too big. Need to go smaller. Smaller than 6. 5. We go for 5. 5 on there. Yeah. So the 6s are no good, we need another 5. Last one. Now the back on this one. Little bit of blue plastic has come off the connector, the most tricky connector actually to get back in. Little dab of super glue tends to do the job of sticking these things back on again. Make sure you haven't got any on the other side. Make sure you clean the connectors so that you get a proper connection. I have the tape going, but what the hell is that noise? Yeah, tape B is working, tape A is not. So this bottom one has got the right tape path. I reckon my problem is probably the tape path for deck A. So I just need to re-thread everything, I think, so it more or less goes around the black wheel, which would make sense. So here, for instance, there's a post in the way, so I need to take this back through, re-thread it. So I had a problem with the ribbon down here. I don't think I connected it well enough, and then the blue back came off of it. So I had to separate this riser board, this sort of long board along the side. I had to actually separate that totally to get that in. But now I think we might have something. Let's have a look. CD. Yay. So that's CD1. Let's see if this works. That's second CD. I wonder if there's any more. Oh, I don't want to open free. I just wanted to change disc. So let's go disc free. It says no disc. There is an info. No. It's going through, kind of checking everything. Don't think there's any discs in here actually. So there's just 2 discs left for me. Okay, CD no disc. What about no disc? No disc. Ooh. I know that. Play display. Yay, mini disc is working. Excellent. So it does seem, if you don't have that connector in the right position, then mini disc will not work either. So mini disc and CD are kind of seem to be on the same kind of circuit. So as it stands, this side works, the B side. That's the most important side because it's the record side. Now I do need to get a new bout for side A. I need to get a new bout for side B as well. But anyway, that can be at another point in time. Excellent, that's quite a good result then. So mini disc, I've got a 5 CD changer which seems to be working, one side of the cassette, and radio. So let's get all this back together then.